Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. To my good minister, personally, I'm very appreciative, Right Honorable Speaker. I called the minister and he called me to his office. As I talk now, they are making my road system, almost road network in the municipality. The trucks are very busy doing the graders. They are doing a very good, commendable job for the 5 kilometers. But to remind you also, the president had promised us, as Honorable Mumba is saying, to me he had promised 5 kilometers. If we can make an addition on that, automatically I will come back to Parliament.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I'm interested in knowing the progress of the upgrade of the Soroti, the Tororo Mbale Soroti, 150 kilometers road, because it was planned to have started the rehabilitation of that project. But as I speak, there is nothing that shows that there is any work that is to be done on this project. Then the other one is the Mbale Kokonjeru, Wanale Road, that is about 21 kilometers. And then lastly, I'm interested in knowing how you're spending the money on the Rural Bridge Infrastructure Development Project, because we've not been receiving proper accountability, and we expected that this probably comes and helps most of our bridges and roads in our districts and cities. I would like to get those details as well. Thank you very much.
Honourable Minister, first answer what?
Right, Honourable Speaker. The 28-kilometer circular road of Bududa was identified in NDP 3 and NDP 4 for tarmacking. But as we wait for the tarmacking, we are putting a contractor on that road for maintenance. That road is supposed also to be done by Abubakar as the contractor on tarmac. But as we wait for that, it will be done, it will be maintained. I can even share with you the number of my station manager of Mbale, called Idina, and you can call her and she'll tell you who the contractor is on that road.
Honourable Minister, you're talking about the Bududa?
The Budunda
Circular road. That was.
Yours is in Kokonjeru. The Kokonjeru. That road we are using our team from the training center, which you know, Meltec. We want to do a cobblestone project on that road. Because of it, the nature of that road, doing tarmac, it will be washed away very readily. So our team in Meltec, which is our training center, has already done studies on how to do cobblestone, and we intend to do that road with the cobblestone technology. We are going to do that road with the cobblestone. You wait when we start. And then the Away Road, Attack Nimule, there's a company called MTF, which will go on that road. The road from Attack, of course, you know that Attack to Raropi is already done. Raropi Afoji, we are in procurement stage for Raropi Afoji.
Thank you.
Tororo Mbale, that road is under what we call the Northern Road, NERAP, the Northern Road Rehabilitation Project. It's being done by Motenji under the World Bank. They have so far done all the way from Kamdini, and they have crossed into Soroti now, and they're coming towards Tororo. We had the challenge when there was a threat to stop the project, but then it was the World Bank, when they came and made an appreciation of what had been done, they decided to finish the project. It's ending in Tororo.
Thank you.
Right, Honourable Speaker, I totally appreciate the challenge of these regional workshops. I did report on this floor that we have already come up with a new list of equipment where cities, municipalities, and these big regions are going to be addressed. The President has directed that we use the same method of procurement like what we used for the 1,151 equipment which we distributed, and we already in talks with the Minister of Finance, and I know that there is also a delegation going to Japan soon, and one of the things we are going to discuss is the issue of those equipment. So hopefully, with financing and also the financing arrangements being agreed on between the two governments, we should be able to get those equipment, and then we shall decentralize these regions. For example, you find, as you said, Gulu takes care of Karamoja all the way up to Kabong, and you can imagine Gulu handling Karamoja and then also handling West Nile up to Koboko. It's really overstretched. So we hope that once this procurement is through, we shall decentralize and create mini centers in these regions.
Thank you.
As regards to the Pakwach, Aviri, Rhino Camp Road, this road is going to be done because there is even a lot of pressure from the Ministry of Tourism because they are going to relocate rhinos into Rhino Camp. So we are working with the Ministry of Tourism to ensure that this road is done.
Hassan.
Right Honourable Speaker, the funding of these projects, especially construction of roads, is done by external funding. And as a Committee on National Economy, we process these loans, and this Parliament approves loans for these projects. Right Honourable Speaker, where we are now, the Minister of Finance telling us that there is stoppage of funding. Could it be that our government broke some of the rules or the conditions in the financing agreement? Because I remember one of the issues was with UNRWA, when it was very categorical that the implementing agents during the process of this particular loan was supposed to be UNRWA. Now we went on with rationalization, and the UNRWA was taken under the Ministry of Works. Could it be that external funding is being cut because we are breaking the terms and conditions that we are set up in the financing agreement? Maybe the Minister of Finance and Works can clarify on that. Thank you.
Minister.
Right Honourable Speaker, on the issue of the foreign funded project, yes, it was a precondition when we were rationalizing and when we went into discussions with the funders, World Bank, African Development Bank, and Islamic Development Bank. One of the conditions they gave us is that the project implementation units must be retained. And we have retained all the project implementation units on all the projects. That is Busega and PG. The full project unit is there. Kampala-Jinja Expressway, the full project unit is there. And any other project, Koboko-Yumbe Moyo, the project unit is there. We have not stopped any project implementation unit or changed these people because that was a precondition of the... There are other issues regarding delays in disbursements, but it's not about the rationalization.
Thank you. Alan.
Madam Speaker, in NDP 4, number 181, that is Butalangu Ngoma, of 54 kilometers. We need a commitment from the Minister. And number 23, Matuga Kapeka Road of 42 kilometers. When you check in the NDP4, they are categorizing it as ongoing. But when you go on the site, that road, they are constructing at a very low speed. And lastly,
You say they are constructing at a low speed. It is at a low speed. That means it is ongoing. It's just a matter of English.
Madam Speaker, let me finish with Luwero Choko Butalango kilometers, which is under Dot Services Limited. That road was supposed to be completed in June of this year. But as of now, they requested more days of 100 days, and they are supposed to complete it in September. But the speed, at the rate at which they are constructing, Madam Speaker, we are worried whether this road will be completed in time, because people of Luwero, Chokobu, Talang are very eager for this road to be used from Ngoma, Butalangu, Chiwoko, up to Luwero, which connects that road, and it's a very strategic road. We need an update and a commitment from the minister. Thank you.
Honourable Minister, take notes, then you...
People have not been compensated since. I would like to seek clarification on that matter. Right Honourable Speaker, whenever the minister is speaking about roads, our roads can stay for some time, is to try to offload the road from heavy equipments and from the main roads to the railroads. Could the minister also brief us on the progress so far made on the rail transport? I thank you.
Margaret.
Clarification.
Thank you so much, Right Honourable Speaker. For works on what is happening, Kidum to Kidepo Tourism Road was in the budget.
Last financial year, you missed 1 trillion. Same, you have another trillion missing. So how do you expect the roads to be worked on? 2, we have 23 stations. All stations have old equipment. He hasn't said it. They have no equipment. Most of them, the stations, want to borrow from the districts, who have slightly newer machines. And I think it's high time, General Katumba, you told this House that we need to buy equipment for your stations. Because if they have the equipment, they will be able to come in. For example, most of the contractors have refused to work despite you giving them call of orders because they have so much money outstanding. 2, this issue of the managers, they are not active. I want to be open to you, General Katumba. You have taken so long to formalize the working so that they can get money for fuel. They don't have money for fuel. The money is on the account, but they can't access it. And I want to tell General Katumba that the sector you are holding is so crucial. I told the people here that if you have your children, you want to take them to school. If they can't go to government school, they can go to private. If my mother can't go to an official hospital, they can go to private. But how about the roads? It's the mandate of government to have roads done. And the area we become, like in 2021, 2001, when we gave them a trillion, that's what we begin with. 4, Minister of Finance, I think you better stop being armchair people. Get out of your offices and move in the country. The roads are so important that you don't need to spare any time to give them the money. I feel that it's high time this parliament recognize that the roads are key in the development. Lastly, General Katumba and Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, when you talk of these roads, you are talking of Ibanda Tumbarara, Ishaka Tumbarara, Tungama Tumbarara. Why don't you talk of Isindiro? Why you get your matoki?
Honourable Nathan, you said these people of finance should get out of their offices. Do they sleep in the offices?
No, what I'm saying, for example, they wrote the budget.
I thought they use the same roads to go wherever
they go. They don't. Most of them are staying in Kampala here. They wrote the budget
Honourable
on 14th.
Musa Sisi is all the way from...
And he told you for the first time where we moved.
And he knows the state of the
I'm
roads.
sure if most of the people moved around to see where they put the money, we passed the budget in May, sorry.
Honourable members, I want to urge all of you in your oversight role to ensure that you monitor these roads. See what is happening on the roads and report back.
I thank you for that, Honourable Speaker.
We cannot leave that to only finance. Let it be our responsibility for all of us. Yes, Stella? Then Masindi.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I want to thank government for its efforts put in maintenance and construction of roads. However,
Compensation of the people where roads are going to pass through. In my constituency of Shema North, the road from Nyakambu, Wizwera, to Masheruka and Kabohe has been on the table for many, many years. People, the local people, the peasants where the road is going to pass through, were required to give in their land titles, to open bank accounts, to wait for compensation. But many years down the road, this has not been done. The money where they opened bank accounts has been depleted. The road, the shops have been closed for years. We don't know. The people are demanding from us as their representatives. What is going on? What is going on? Lastly, Right Honorable, I would wish the Honorable Minister to give us a list of those roads which are going to be worked on, since we are required to go back and see what is going on and report back. So if we could get that list, we would be most grateful. Thank you, Right Honorable.
Thank you, honorable members.
Thank you.
As we wait for the minister to tell us the list of the roads being worked on, I will also interest you to read the NDP4. It shows which roads are ongoing, which are the roads which are planned. Yes, Peter.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity. I would like to appreciate so much the Senior Minister, General Katuma. Right Honorable Speaker, early last year I received a commitment from the ministry, signed by General. Under the refugee roads, Bulo Patiego Road must be done concurrently with the road joining Atiak and Namwong. And each time the minister is making a statement, seems to be silence about the refugee roads. May we know from the ministry what is...
Islands.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, one of the areas addressed by NDP4 is maritime transport. That is transport by water. And there are opportunities that if we could take advantage of Lake Victoria, the vessels plying through Kisumu to Majanji or Lugala through Sigulu. This would really save the country a lot of money. What are you doing to explore the area of maritime transport? Secondly, Honorable,
it is Ngenda Bugoye Nyakalengijo Road. The people of Songora North have been waiting for this road for a very long time. I want the minister to update them on when the works are about to start.
Eddie?
Right Honorable, thank you very much. The people I represent are wondering if voting a government 100% does not get corresponding developments. Because Chisoro, Kulingo, Rubuguli Road has been on government records for more than 20 years. So they are saying, should we continue voting 100%? Or we should change. Secondly, Right Honorable, the minister came here with a statement. The statement on page number 3, a 13-page document, says they are suspending or partially suspending 27 roads, pending finance releasing the funds. The Minister of Finance is here. The Minister of Works is here. The President has now written. So can't we get guidance? Because last time we said, can you budget for 65 roads? The minister said yes. In the policy statement, we have more than 65 roads. Now, we have failed even to take on even a half. So, Honorable Minister, are you amending the statement that you brought here, suspending the 27 roads? Now, in a view of what the Minister of Finance has told you, and in a view of what the President has said, We need this to be clarified. I thank you.
Thank you, Christian.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I want to appreciate the Minister for the responses. Konikumi Ngora Serere Kagwara Road. Right Honorable went ahead and informed the people.
That was just yesterday. Don't worry, that road is going
Right
to be
Honorable,
worked
just
on.
an update to the voters on how the
The
ministry
voters
is
out
handling
there
the
in
road.
Ikumi, Agwara, the road is going to be worked on. The loan was approved by this house, and it is on plan, and it is on NDP 4. We are going to work on that road. Yes, Akik.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. It is of great interest that actually the NDP 4, it has a master plan that caters for the road network. And if we can align to it, I think, and follow with the budget, that would really put Uganda to a high standard. Right Honorable Speaker, I have been one of those who monitors the road network, and I have been engaging the Minister of Works, especially on the Fort Portal Kampala Road. And he has been giving me updates, only that I got disappointed during the voting period because they had told voters that the internal system in the ministry is going to cater for Chegegwa, Chenjojo, and which did not materialize, so I suffered some injuries. But Right Honorable Speaker, I wanted to raise an issue of the new cities, because the new cities must be modern. And one of the best way, because I've seen it in the NDP 4, the air transport, because we must connect these cities by flying. We don't really need to go and...
Honorable, other people are just talking about Marab roads. For you, you're going...
yeah,
no, let's first finish.
Madam,
no. Let's first finish this maintenance of... Honorable, let's first finish the issue of the roads.
Okay,
then the other one will handle it with the minister direct.
Let me drop just one point of reinforcing. You see, within the cities, there are roads that belong to UNRWA. Now, this has made the planning of our roads very difficult. Since UNRWA was disbanded, now when we look at the new USMID for cities, it caters for close to 22 kilometers of tarmac. But when you have Ministry of Works now handling the major roads, the bypass, and the other connecting roads, and they are saying those can't be included in the USMID for cities, it makes the whole thing look sham.
That's why we have asked for guidelines on how those roads should be worked.
Madam Speaker, I request the Minister to harmonize with the new cities, such that if need be, these other roads that are not even...
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, mine is, I request the Minister to consider and put it as part of emergency. The routes from Kitgum-Matidi, Wall, Kalahon, it is impassable. It is a Maram road, and all along for almost 3 years, 2-3 years, we struggle, especially when the rain is too much. Then also the routes from Pajule, Pade, then struck to Kalahon. Those things need an emergency response. Now, Madam Speaker, there is a spot. I don't know why they don't put a maram, real maram, not just on a grading. There's a spot in the place called Ajumani, then or Patok, that is in Wall area. It's better to put a good maram so that it can help. Then finally, there was a design in 2013, 2014 to consider putting a tarmac from Pajule via Pade to Kalahon. But all that plans is as if it has got lost somewhere. May you maybe consider bringing those on board? It is because it's only Agago that does not have any tarmac.
in Acholi sub-region. Thank you.
Boka, Margaret.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Minister, Obongi failures is at the verge of being closed. A joint assessment team came on the ground and recommended improving on the drainage. No action has been taken. A call of order was initiated in February. To date, no action is taking place. Secondly, 2.4 billion was sunk in a bridge called Kochi-Boma Bridge with the support from Dr. Deep. The project has stalled because of 800 million, which was saved and swept back to the Minister of Finance. The Minister of Finance would like assurance of when that money can be returned to the district to work on the strategic bridge. Thank you. Kochi-Boma Bridge. Thank you.
Margaret, Jessica.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I also want to thank the Minister and the Ministry for that matter for maintaining the Kotido-Maram Road under your courtesy. Thank you so much. Honorable Speaker, I just want to inform and remind the Minister that there is a road from Kotido via Beam, Amoria, Kotido, Abim, Otuke. It is in a very deplorable state. And now we are receiving heavy rains, and this is the road that's mainly used by buses from Kotido to Kampala, to Soroti, to Lira, and they get stuck there for almost 2 days. So this is the road that you should attract urgent attention from the ministry for its maintenance.
Thank you.
Secondly, Honorable Speaker, there is the Kotido, Kabong, Kidepo Road, which has been earmarked for quite a long time to be tarmacked. I saw on the NDP, it is still at a feasibility stage. It has been there for 15 years. I'm wondering how long feasibility of Kotido Kabong Road takes. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Jessica. Honorable Evander.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity. I want to thank the Honorable Minister and the team for the work done amidst a lot of challenges being faced. He talked about stations which are not active, and that is where Madi sub-region is, because we have our station in Imoyo. Can he elaborate on the challenges which are making these stations not to be active, and how and when he's going to rectify, so that our challenges are addressed? Two, the Senior Nyobongi Road, Right Honorable Speaker, our learners, some of them learn from Obongi side. The Senior Road is cut off. Therefore, many learners are not going to school. Can government prioritize this road?
Thank you.
Lastly, Right Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Minister promised to decentralize the regional mechanical workshops. I agree. But before we do that, can the Honorable Minister bring a report on the status of these workshops so that we jointly provide remedies or recommendations on how to make them more active, especially the one for Gulu? Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Evander. Christine.
Thank you so much, the Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity. The Right Honorable Speaker, I want to thank the Honorable Minister, General Katumba, because he's a very hardworking minister and he's doing a lot, despite the fact that he is facing challenges of finance. That I know because I sit on fiscal infrastructure.
And he's a hands-on.
Yes, that one I can confirm. I'm pleased with the information on Mitiana Mubende, because that's my way to Ntoroko, then Chiegegwa to Chienjojo. But Honorable Minister, we're forgetting Fort Potron, Ntoroko, Bundujo. That's a very critical road. And you know, when you're entering Bundujo, there is a section that caged in. There is a big problem. Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, we have this critical oil road, Kargutu Ntoroko, a link to Rebsengo. It has been in your budget since 2016. How many years now? Recently, I got a communication that there was a contract that was signed in 2023. Yes, AFCON. Up to now, we are not seeing something happening. I think the Minister of Finance should tell us, because they told us that you are with those documents. Because Solicitor General cleared, It's now under the Ministry of Finance to clear terms of financing the road. We wanted to get the update from the Minister. How far have you gone? Because the road being in the budget since 2016 is so disturbing the Right Honourable. I want to thank you.
Thank you, Christine Seongo.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I concur concerns money. Some issues, especially the challenges with that we had in his report, were on the recurring climate change issues. And Right Honourable Speaker, we have not been updated on the adaptive engineering proposals. We cannot keep lamenting year after year which engineering designs have been put in place to ensure that the roads that will be constructed at least can stay for some time. Right Honourable Speaker, my road is number 24 under your guidance, the Busunju-Hoima Road. The people were well compensated, but the issue of land titles. Somebody cannot wait for a land title for 10 years and it has never been brought back to them. These are the land titles people have been using for collateral to receive school fees for their children. Who has the land titles? Is it the Ministry of Works? Is it the Ministry of Lands? Who is taking that lot of time without removing their portions? Right Honourable Speaker, it is too much on our people, and they are almost bringing a petition to you, a group of people along Busunju-Hoima Road, whose land titles have missed for over 10 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Seongo.
General Katumba Wamala, sincerely, he knows all the roads of CAF, but the issue is about money. Our main road is less than 65 kilometers from Bukalasa to Rwabenge. And you talked of a bridge, Katonga Bridge. Katonga Bridge has two areas which broke. The bridge in Rwabenge, there's no work going on. Honourable Minister, let me inform you, you are writing and the Speaker has given some time. Madam Speaker, what I was telling the Minister, some of us come from smaller districts. My district has, the main road of the district is less than 65 kilometers. From where it starts from Bukalasa Seminary to Rwabenge, that is the sub-county. But for us, we are not anywhere in any DP. We are not known. But we have a bridge, Katonga Bridge, which broke, but which was connecting between Gomba and Masaka, and a very useful road. But that bridge has not been worked on. Lastly, Madam Honourable Minister, when you talk about a station being active to members of Parliament, it's a mere member of Parliament calling the station manager about the broken roads, and he comes and works, he carries out routine maintenance. Failure of that, there is nothing going on. We've called the Minister of Works several times. He says he has no money. I know you are doing a good job. As a minister, you have to do collective responsibility. But as a Parliament, Madam Speaker, we must push money to this ministry.
Thank you.
We need to push money. We must give you money to work on your roads. Thank you.
Apio. Masaka.
Thank you very much.
Very grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. To my good minister, personally, I'm very appreciative, Right Honourable Speaker. I called the minister and he called me to his office. As I talk now, they are making my roads almost road network in the municipality. The trucks are very busy doing the graders. They are doing a very good, commendable job for the 5 kilometers. But to remind you also, the president had promised us, as Honourable Mumba is saying, to me he had promised 5 kilometers. If we can make an addition on that, automatically I will come back to Parliament.
The Prime Minister did inform this House of the urgency to recall a ferry that was meant for Bosi Island to facilitate movement along Kaluma. Would it be procedural right that we get answers from the Minister
Richard,
on when ferry will be released?
don't smuggle in something.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Right Honourable Speaker, I want also to appreciate the Minister, Honourable General Katumba Wamala, for the promise of Chegegwa-Chenjojo Road. Indeed, it has been a dead spot, and very many tourists have been scared to go to that side. The business community has been complaining on the same manner. But now, we also have other roads, for example,
Chegegwa Hapuyo Kakumiro Road. That road is totally in a sorry state as we talk now. There are over 15 trucks parked, Chegegwa Hapuyo Road, and that road is, it has been controlled by the station of, Fort Portal Station of UNRA, and it's no longer in action, and we're trying to call the engineers, they are not responding.
Thank you.
And they are saying they don't have finances, others are saying we are no longer there. So we'd like to know, Right Honorable Speaker, through the Minister, how far will it go? Because the situation is alarming. Thank you.
Thank you. Helen.
And I also want to thank the Minister for giving us the report and for being a brilliant man. No wonder he comes from Sese Islands, Madam Speaker. On page 418, there is what my brother, Honorable Okeo, talked about, the multinational Lake Victoria Maritime Communication and Transport Project. Communication, Madam Speaker, is about rescue centers and rescue boats. Government has so far bought rescue boats. The rescue centers have not yet been constructed. One in Misonzi, in my area, Kalangala, the contractor was withdrawn. He was not given the contract because he failed. I would like to know from the Minister how far you are with getting another contractor to construct the rescue center in Misonzi. And then, Madam Speaker, why do we want to have rescue centers? It is because we want to rescue our people from accidents on the lake. Unfortunately, we are not looking at marking dangerous spots on the lake. You one time guided that I talked to the Minister about it. I did, but nothing has yet been done. We need to find a solution. If we want to remove this problem, my apologies. The solution, the Honorable Minister, is for us to mark the dangerous spots on Lake Victoria to avoid getting these accidents. Also, Madam Speaker, we need to survey the lake. Lake Victoria was last surveyed in 1955. If we don't do this, accidents are going to happen. We shall have the rescue centers. They are going to rescue dead bodies. So we need to have the rescue centers, but also survey the lake to ensure we don't get the accidents. I thank you so much, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Correctly.
As he's not around, the statement from the Honorable Katumba Wamala to this House
Honorable
was...
your issues will be solved. And this is not your size mate.
Right, Honorable Speaker, we are speaking about funding of the budget for the Ministry of Works. And in his statement, the President said that leaders should stop stretching Uganda's limited funds. And we are here speaking about a budget that was allocated to the Ministry of Works, but funds have not been released. Right, Honorable Speaker and colleagues, I do agree that we all have requests from different parts of the country. Honorable Katumba Wamala is aware that Chabakuza Matete Road has remained an unfunded priority for the last 40 years. And every time he tells us that we shall have that in the budget. However, Right, Honorable Speaker, the Minister was very clear. He stated the strategic recommendations and priority areas. He was clear and said that we should allocate dedicated funds for payment of arrears. We need 1.1 trillion. Number two, we want money to be allocated or ring-fenced for periodic maintenance. We want 850 billion. The other area is we want money to be allocated for acquisition of land compensation. So we are here for money. We are not here to lament. So what the Minister of Finance should tell us is, when are we getting the money? Honorable colleagues, we are going to lament. The issue is the Right Honorable Minister brought a statement here and said, I don't have money. We have continued to lament. So Mr. Musas and his company, where is the money? We want money to have these works executed as soon as possible.
Which company?
Madam Speaker, should I go ahead and respond?
Yes.
Thank you.
To all what has been raised.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, honorable members. I highly appreciate your concerns and also observations. I will try to respond to most of the issues raised. Those which I will not be able to respond to today, I'll ensure that I respond to them in writing. There was the issue.
The leader of opposition wants to give a rejoinder before. Honourable members, before we hear from Leader of Opposition, we have pupils and...
Categorical. When he mentioned the road from Mukono, it is the road from Mukono, Rugazi, Jinja. And therefore it leaves the whole of eastern Uganda missing out on this allocation of the 3.7 trillion. And that raises serious concerns, Madam Speaker, because I've received numerous calls, because the President brought it out very clearly. Western Uganda is a beneficiary. Central is a beneficiary. Northern Uganda equally that. Doesn't this horribly go in breach against the national objectives and directive principles of state policy, Roman 12, which clearly states on balanced and equitable development, that the government should ensure in the allocation of the budget or resources a balanced and equitable development, or rather sharing out of the resource. That is a serious concern, Madam Speaker. Secondly, the issue of the false hopes. Let me not call them false hopes, because I trust you, I have interacted with you, and you have promised this time round that they will do the Sachura Road. You are soon, or rather you have already procured a contractor. But what would have required your ministry, which is managing the National Roads Maintenance Program, and it covers both paved and unpaved roads. This road has had a very important bridge to do that, which has cut off access to Bududa Hospital from the people from Kenya, Namisindwa, Manafa, and the other side of Mbale. Up to now, we expected, after you made another promise which has never been honored, to have had an emergency operation, at least to have that bridge fixed. It was through your colleague. It was not you who made that pledge. Could you please consider it as an emergency that requires urgent intervention, because the hospital can no longer be accessed? Thank you very much, Right Honorable.
Thank you. Maybe I also want to...
Let me correct that impression that the road is going to end in Jinja. No. That road, as I said, is our artery. It's the aorta of this country. It goes up to Malaba. And it's going to be joined by the road, which, of course, the rehabilitation of the road from Kamdini, Lira, Soroti, Mbale to Tororo. So you can see the whole network will be linked. Remember also, we are also rehabilitating the railway line from Tororo. So far they have reached Soroti, the old meter gauge, and it's heading to Guru. The railway line from Kampala to Malaba is already functional. The standard gauge will soon be started as soon as the contractor finishes the mobilization and siting his camps for the works to start. So we are addressing the whole country. Now, the issue of liabilities from UNRWA, yes, I agree. When you inherit liabilities and assets. There are some liabilities we inherited. Among them was the issue of compensation of the PAPs, and I think somebody also raised the issue of the land titles. The issue of the PAPs, the compensation is still very big, as has already been observed by the honorable member, but we are going to try. Our idea and our decision is that we focus compensation now mainly on projects where we have contractors, so that they don't charge for idle equipment. These include the Nakauka complex, these include the Kiramatuga, and those other areas. Renkunya Patch, we already have contractors. So we are going to concentrate the compensation there so that we have the contractors being able to move. The land titles. I've already instructed our land acquisition team to get all the land titles which they have on project by project. And very soon, we are going to be handing back these land titles after surveying of what is required for us on our projects. So it has been unfair for us to hold land titles for more than even 10 years, because then you deny the owner the use of his land and the rest. Kitugum, Karenga, Kidepo. Yes, the Kitugum, Karenga, Kidepo, we already signed the contract and it was already being funded by UKF. The only challenge which we had was the condition, the precondition, that we must confirm that we have 5% as government contribution. That has now been confirmed. It's in this year's budget. So the Kitugum, Orom, Karenga, Kidepo will start. The issue of the compensation for the PAPs, we also have the money in this year's budget once we start the releases. The first quarter was not so good, but we have been assured by finance that second quarter will be better. So hopefully we shall start compensating the people. Guru Lamo Kitugum, was it Guru Lamo? Guru Lamo? Which one is that one?
Honorable Minister, this road runs from Gulo via Pateko.
Parabek, Kitugum. So we shall do that Gulu to Patiko to Pararo to join. That road is under the refugee project by the World Bank. The World Bank wanted to check whether we are going to effectively do the Koboko Yumbe Moyo Road under the refugee project. And if we do that well, then they'll be able to fund this project. So this is what we are doing. I know that the Gulu Patiko Pararo is not even accessible, but I've instructed my Gulu team to have that road opened up. Yeah.
Honorable Minister, just to give you information, that Atiak Road, I passed there one night. It is terribly terrible. You should start from there.
Thank you.
Atiak.
Thank you.
UPDF was using that road to go to South Sudan to deliver peace there. Yeah. The road is very bad, very bad.
That's the one I said that the Guru Atiak Nimule will be under reconstruction because it has deteriorated. Now that one I will also answer it with the road from Kitugum Parabek to Ngomoromo. Kitugum Parabek to Ngomoromo. That road to Ngomoromo, yes. That road is also under the refugee project. But because of the trade between Parabek, Kitugum, and Ngomoromo and the South Sudan, we are trying to maintain it so far using our own resources. Moroto, Roktanyara, yes, Moroto, Roktanyara is about 85–90% ready. We are only left with a very small stretch to finish, but the compensation is lagging behind. And as I said, if we get the money in the budget, we shall go and compensate. Now, the stretch of Nanduget to Moroto, that stretch has actually, I'll tell you, it has been a disappointment because it failed before the time of the road, Nanduget to Moroto. But we have already got the team, the company, which is China Railway 3, doing Moroto Roktanyara. We have contracted them to tour and treat the Nanduget Moroto stretch, and we think that will be done. Moroto Rokirinyama on the border, that one is a Maram Road. We should be able to do it using our own resources. The challenge is, of course, as I said, is resources, but we know the roads. Masindi Gulu potholes, those were filled by our people. Masindi Biso, we owe the contractor, China Railway 7, we owe them 111 billion. It was in my report. So we need to pay that contractor, then he finishes the road. Koboko Yumbe Moyo Police, I've talked to the Minister of Internal Affairs. I think that will be addressed. Laropi Ferry and Laropi Bridge. Laropi Bridge, we have finished the design. It has been approved by an independent consultant. and the bank is willing to fund. So we are now in the final negotiations to fund the Laropi Bridge, and then we shall remove the ferry, and possibly we'll take it down to Obongi, where we have a challenge with the Obongi ferry. But talking about the ferries, we are actually in advanced stages to do detailed and comprehensive rehabilitation of the ferries. Most of them are not doing very well, but we are going to rehabilitate them. This will answer the Busi ferry. Busi ferry has been doing some work under the bridge of Pakwach, because Pakwach bridge was being threatened by the floating island. So we had to take the Busi bridge there. But I'm in talks with the Busi team. We are now finalizing the landing site, hopefully soon, and the ferry will come back. Katine Ochero. Katine Ochero, we had more or less moved to final stage. Then we got a whistleblower. And when a whistleblower comes in, the bank stops everything. The company which had been selected had issues. So the bank stopped the process. The bank advised that we re-advertise, and get new contractors. So that has been done. We are going to the selection process. However, the bank has a system that for every stage they must get a no objection from their headquarters, and that has delayed somehow to get. But I think it's now on right course. So Katino Chero will soon be. So, it was this compensation where roads Nyakambu, Nyakavirizi, Nsika, with the Spat Kabohe. Yes, the compensation of these people has not yet been done, but we need about 29 billion. This is what I told the Minister of Finance, that if we get 29 billion, we can start the compensation, and then we acquire some land for the contractor to start as we get more money. Of course, as I said in my report, compensation is one of the biggest challenges we get on the project. That one I've already answered. Maritime, yes, we are actually putting an eye on maritime transport. We are not neglecting it. We have rehabilitated MV Pamba. Now it is plying between Port Bell, Mwanza, and Kisumu. MV Kawa, which was also grounded, is now about 85% ready, and we hope that by the month of September it will be back sailing. There is a private player who has also put a big ferry on the waters of Lake Victoria called Impungu. It can take 20 trailers. It's a drive on and drive off. You can put on 20 trailers of cargo and it moves up to the other side. We are cognizant of the fact that Tanzania is aggressively developing the standard gauge, and very soon it will be in Mwanza. And so traders may actually be moving toward using that corridor. So we must be able to evacuate the cargo if dropped here at Mwanza. So we are developing that capacity within the URC. Of course, URC is still challenged with the low funding, no funding actually. They are just struggling. We have a project under the African Development Bank. It's moving very slow, but we'll be moving. Busongora, Nyakaringijo. Yes, this is a national road. We can't tarmac it as of now, but I'll make sure we maintain it. Kumi, Serere, Kagwara. This project is under the Islamic Development Bank. I think we have done mostly everything has been done. The Islamic Development Bank is in talks with the Minister of Finance, I think, to finalize the financing terms. One of the new issues which the bank is bringing up is that they want to pay everything, including land compensation, so that we don't waste time getting counterpart funding, but we get it as a package. And I think that's a matter which finance is still discussing to see how practical that will be. But otherwise, we are ready for the Kumi, Serere, Kagwara. And this one will also be picked up by the BKK, Bukungu, Kagwara, Kamuri, the two ferries. They should be ready by October. We hope. What has delayed them was the landing sites, because the contractor who had been contracted lacked money and deserted the landing site construction. But hopefully, shall be able to finish that. Kyawa kuzamatete. No. Kalungo, we know about Kalungo, and I know
Honourable
about...
Minister, go by what you have
Yes,
written. Don't allow these people. Kitigum, Matidi, Wal, Karongo. Wall. Yes, that road is a big challenge. And as it slopes down in Kalongo, the terrain is very challenging, and I know the district cannot manage. So we shall ensure that Kitgum Station addresses that issue of Kitgum Wal Karong. Pajule Pade Patong, under the project which we are doing now, Renkunye Apach Dira Puranga, on the section of Puranga Acholibu, we are going to have a loop of to Padel district through Pajule. So that will address the Pajule issue and some tarmac into Padel. Padel is just like Karungu. There's no tarmac in Padel. It's just like Karungu. The tarmac goes like this and goes, but we'll get there. Obong Ferry is not in a very good state. True. We need to have a full rehabilitation of the Obong Ferry, but hopefully when we start the construction of the Laropi Bridge, we shall relieve that more serviceable ferry and bring it downwards. Yes. Kochigoma, the bridge that was under Dr. Deep, that Dr. Deep is under Prime Minister's office, so I cannot respond on that. Kotido, Abim, Otuke, Lira. This is Lira, Otuke, Abim to Kotido.